Good day, friends, and welcome back to Conflicts of the Human Race. Today, I will tell you about the entire story of World War II, 1939-1945. Now buckle up as we begin. In the shadow of the Great War's unresolved grievances, Adolf Hitler rose to power in Germany, fueled by economic despair and nationalist fervor. Reviving the military in defiance of the Treaty of Versailles, he annexed Austria in 1938 and devoured Czechoslovakia. But it was on September 1, 1939, when Luftwaffe bombers darkened Polish skies and panzer divisions thundered across the border, igniting the spark that would engulf the world in flames. Poland, caught between two totalitarian giants, faced the ruthless Blitzkrieg, lightning war of coordinated tanks, infantry, and air power. King Edward Ridsmigli's brave but outmatched forces fought valiantly, yet the Wehrmacht's superior tactics overwhelmed them. Meanwhile, Britain and France issued ultimatums, declaring war 2 days later, but their hesitation marked the phony war. This invasion shattered the fragile peace, setting the stage for 6 years of global carnage, where ideologies clashed, cities burned, and millions perished in the crucible of total war. As Polish resistance crumbled under relentless German assault, Joseph Stalin's Soviet Union struck from the east on September 17, fulfilling the secret Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Red Army tanks rolled in, meeting little opposition after weeks of devastation. Warsaw, the heart of Poland, endured a brutal siege, bombarded day and night. On September 27, the city fell after heroic house-to-house fighting. The partition of Poland redrew maps but sowed seeds of betrayal. Hitler turned west, where the phony war ended abruptly in spring 1940. Denmark and Norway fell swiftly to secure iron ore routes. Then, the miracle at Dunkirk. Over 300,000 Allied troops evacuated amid Luftwaffe attacks, saved by RAF fighters and a freak calm channel. This breathing space allowed Britain to regroup under Winston Churchill's defiant leadership. "We shall fight on the beaches," he roared, as the Battle of France began with Manstein's audacious sickle cut through the Ardennes, trapping the French army and British expeditionary force. Paris fell on June 14, Vichy collaboration born. Europe under Nazi boot, but Britain stood alone. With continental Europe conquered, Hitler eyed Britain. The Battle of Britain raged from July to October 1940, pitting RAF Spitfires and Hurricanes against the mighty Luftwaffe. Reichsmarschall Goering promised victory in weeks, but radar-guided fighters and Dowding's strategic withdrawals turned the tide. Cities like London burned in the Blitz, 40,000 civilians killed, yet morale held. Hitler's frustration grew. Operation Sea Lion, the invasion was shelved. Meanwhile, Mussolini's Italy floundered in Greece and North Africa. Hitler bilaid him out, sending Rommel's Afrika Korps in February 1941. In the desert sands, the Desert Fox outfoxed the British at Tobruk and Gazala. But the war's pivot loomed. June 22, 1941, Operation Barbarossa unleashed 3 million Axis troops on the Soviet Union. 3 army groups surged toward Leningrad, Moscow, Kiev. Initial gains were staggering. 300,000 Soviets captured at Minsk, but vast distances and general winter awaited. Barbarossa's blitz tore through the USSR, encircling vast Red Army forces. By December, Army Group Center neared Moscow, but mud of Rasputitsa and then -40°C frosts stalled the panzers. Zhukov's Siberian divisions counterattacked, pushing Germans back 150 miles. Hitler-fired commanders took personal control. In the Pacific, Imperial Japan, emboldened by European chaos, seized French Indochina. To secure oil, Admiral Yamamoto planned Pearl Harbor. On December 7, 1941, 353 aircraft from 6 carriers devastated the U.S. Pacific Fleet. 24-0 dead, battleships Arizona exploding in flames. America awoke in fury. Roosevelt declared war. Now truly global, the Axis overextended. Japan conquered Southeast Asia swiftly. Singapore fell, impregnable fortress breached. Philippines endured Bataan Death March horrors. In Atlantic, U-boats prowled, sinking millions of tons. But Allies rallied. Lend-Lease aided Britain and USSR. The tide hinted at turning. 1942 marked Axis high-water mark, but seeds of defeat. In North Africa, Rommel reached El Alamein, 60 miles from Alexandria. Montgomery's Eighth Army, bolstered by superior Sherman tanks and intel from ultra-decrypts, crushed him there in October-November. Torch landings in Morocco-Algeria pinned Axis. Stalingrad became hell. Paulus, Sixth Army besieged in ruins after urban meat grinder. Soviet counteroffensive Uranus encircled 300,000. Goering's airlift failed. Not one step back, Stalin ordered. Paulus surrendered February 1943, 91,000 survivors. Catastrophe for Reich. Pacific, Coral Sea checked Japan, but Midway in June was decisive. Nimitz's codebreakers ambushed Nagumo's carriers. Force sunk, Japan lost offensive edge. Guadalcanal's 6-month slog bloodied Marines. Strategic bombing intensified. RAF dambusters, US 8th Air Force daylight raids hammered Ruhr. War economy shifted to total mobilization. Women riveted planes. Hope flickered amid sacrifice. 1943 saw Allies seize initiative. Kursk salient, July. Largest tank battle ever, 6,000 vehicles. Zhukov prepared defenses. Germans attacked but bogged in minefields, arty barrages. Prokhorovka fields ran red. Soviets counterpushed, liberating Orel, Kharkov. Italy invaded. Allies took Sicily, July. Mussolini fell. Salerno, Anzio beachheads bled but advanced. Monte Cassino's Abbey fell May 1944 after Polish assault. In Pacific, island hopping. Tarawa's bloody coral atoll, 1,000 Marines dead in hours. Kwajalein, Eniwetok. Submarines strangled Japan's shipping. Conferences shaped future. Tehran, Stalin FDR Churchill planned overlord. U-boat wolfpacks defeated by convoys, hedgehogs, hunter-killers. Atlantic won. Home fronts strained, rationing blackouts propaganda, yet factories roared. US produced 300,000 planes. The noose tightened on Axis. D-Day, June 6, 1944. Operation Overlord launched 156,000 troops across Channel onto Normandy beaches. Eisenhower's gamble under stormy skies. Omaha bloodbath. Cliffs, MG-42 nests, 24-0 casualties. But Gold, Juno, Sword succeeded. Airborne secured flanks. By June end, 1 million ashore, Cherbourg taken. Breakout at St. Lo, Falaise pocket, annihilated 50,000 Germans. Paris liberated August 25, de Gaulle marching Champs-Élysées. Market Garden failed at Arnhem Bridge too far. Bagration offensive crushed Army Group Center. Minsk liberated, 400,000 Germans dead/captured. Soviets raced to Vistula. In Pacific, Philippines reconquest. Leyte Gulf, largest naval battle, Halsey's carriers sank Musashi. Suicide kamikazes debuted. War-weary but resolute, Allies closed Weiss. Autumn 1944, Allies dashed to Rhine, but logistics faltered. Bulge offensive December. Hitler's last gasp, 400,000 troops through Ardennes forests, Malmedy massacre. Bastogne held nuts by McAuliffe. Patton relieved, Skorzeny commandos sowed panic. Weather cleared, P-47 Thunderbolts shredded columns. Bulge pinched off January 1945. Soviets ground Leyte, Luzon. Iwo Jima, February-March. 26,000 Marines versus 21,000 fanatics. Flag-raising MT, Suribachi iconic. 68-0 US dead. Okinawa, April-June. 180,000 Japanese. Kamikazes sank 36 ships. 12,500 Americans killed. Bloodiest Pacific battle. Yalta, February. Big Three divided Europe, Poland betrayed. Unconditional surrender demanded. Holocaust horrors emerging, Auschwitz liberated. Spring 1945, Reich collapsed. Soviets stormed Silo Heights, 30,000 dead, but Zhukov reached Berlin April 16. Street fighting amid rubble, Volkssturm old men, Hitler youth. April 30, Führer suicide in bunker as Zhukov's guns boomed. May 2, Berlin garrison surrendered. VE Day, May 8. Italy surrendered April. In Pacific, firebombing Tokyo, March 9-10 killed 100,000. MacArthur returned Philippines. B-29s from Marianas pulverized Japan. To avoid invasion bloodshed, Op downfall projected million casualties. Truman authorized atomic bomb. July 16, Trinity test. August 6, Hiroshima. Little boy obliterated city, 70,000 instant deaths. Nagasaki, August 9, Fat Man. Emperor Hirohito broadcast surrender August 15. Formal surrenders followed. Germany, May 7 at Reims, ratified Berlin, May 8. Donitz signed for absent Hitler. Japan, September 2, aboard USS Missouri, MacArthur presided, Tojo incarcerated. Nuremberg trials loomed for war criminals. Potsdam set zones. US, UK, France, USSR occupied Germany. Holocaust revealed. 6 million Jews, millions others gassed, starved. Pacific cleanup. War crimes like Nanking avenged. Cost. 50 million civilians, 25 million military dead, USSR 27 million. Cities leveled. Dresden, Hiroshima radiation. Iron Curtain descended, Cold War born. UN founded. Women workforce changed societies. Decolonization stirred. WWII ended fascism, birthed superpowers, nuclear shadow. Lessons in hubris, resilience, evil's defeat. Yet rewind to early Barbarossa momentum. Kiev encirclement, September 1941. 600,000 Soviets captured, largest ever. Leningrad siege began, 900 days, 1 million starved. Moscow gates held by panic-driven defenses, scorched earth. Japan rampaged. Malaya, Java allfields seized. Wake Island fell after Marines' epic stand. US carriers Enterprise, Hornet dodged subs. Atlantic Charter, Roosevelt Churchill envisioned post-war world. Enigma cracked at Bletchley, turning U-boat war. Spear rationalized German production, but slave labor fueled it. Women like Rosie Riveter symbolized home front. Battle of Atlantic peaked 1942, 1,000 ships sunk. Murmansk convoys braved Tirpitz' threat. Dieppe raid 1942 tested defenses, costly failure. North Africa climaxed Tobruk, July 1942. Rommel captured Fortress briefly, but Auchinleck stabilized. Ultra intercepts doomed Crusader victory. Bismarck sunk May 1941, shocked Kriegsmarine. Prince Eugen escaped. Arctic P. Cuminus 17 convoy mauled. China theater. Flying Tigers aided Chiang Kai-shek against Japan since 1937. Burma fell, Lido Road built. De Gaulle's Free French rallied colonies. Himmler's SS expanded death camps. Treblinka, Sobibor. Wannsee Conference 1942 formalized final solution. Bataan survivors endured 65-mile march, 10,000 died. Doolittle raid, April 1942, bombed Tokyo, boosted morale. Bismarck Sea March 1943. Allies sank 8 Japanese transports. No escape for merchantmen. Sicily's Operation Husky, July 1943. Patton raced Montgomery to Messina, Mafia aided. Mussolini arrested July 25. Salerno landing September. Clark's Fifth Army clung beachhead versus Hermann Goering Division. Gustav Line stalemate. Anzio, January 1944. Lucas hesitated. Kesselring contained. Rapido River disaster. Cassino bombed mistakenly. Poland's Home Army Warsaw Uprising, August 1944, crushed by SS. Stalin paused. Baltic states, Budapest siege horrors. Philippines, Manila razed, 100,000 civilians dead. Kamikazes sank, Essex class carriers damaged. Firestorms, Hamburg, July 1943, 40,000 incinerated. V-1 buzz bombs, V-2 rockets terrorized London. Ardennes, Panzers low fuel. Eastern Front inferno. Argev meat grinder 1942-43, 1 million casualties. Kharkov seesaw. Manstein's backhand blows. Kerch Peninsula, Crimea. Allies bombed Ploesti oil, June 1943, low-level disaster. Schweinfurt ball-bearing raids costly. Big Week, February 1944, crippled Luftwaffe. P-51 Mustangs escorted deep. Battle of Philippines, see June 1944, Marianas Turkey shoot, 600 planes down. Saipan's suicide charges. Guam reconquest. Tinian airfield for B-29s. Market Garden XXX Core Dash failed, Nijmegen Bridge secured, but Arnhem pocketed. Breskens polder flooded. Scheldt Estuary cleared, Antwerp port. Vistula Oder offensive January 1945. Soviet